Hi there. I did not mean to skip the opening there. I was dialing back my volume and I think that registered as a key input. Anyhow. We're back to the story mode. Where I was about to test the match simulation system. I don't think there's any side quests to do right now. I wanted to have a quick look at the pause menu because until now I never stopped to check out what's in it. I've seen these two menus, it's the information part in the Discord. Data files, I assume it's like an encyclopedia. Like a Pokédex or the encyclopedia in Digimon, but for the human characters in this game. I think all these tabs are basically just lore bits and information. Only these two are actually related to gameplay. A Pokédex, essentially, yeah. Also, hi there, Knight. Characters are categorized, we only have the founding tree as of now. And these are, I'm pretty sure, are the same bios you get if you check them as, like, playable characters. Every character has a short description like this. I'm doing well, and as you might have seen from the title, this will be my penultimate stream for the year, because there will be tomorrow's stream, and after that I'm going to skip the last week of December. That's a lot of stuff to do. Do I have to do all of it? Because the zombie mechanics I already know from playing the other modes. Oh, I did nothing basically in the... It counted. Because we just had to not lose the ball. Wonder if that's how it was supposed to work. Remember to pay attention to Grand Blue this weekend. I did log in a few days ago and there's a free daily poll going on when I last checked. Which I don't remember if I said it already, but I feel Grand Blue has gotten... I also have to dash, which I just slow down this button. Grand Blue has gotten stingier with time, with how much it gives you free pulls. I feel like in the event where Grand Blue would give you a daily 10 pull every day, now it only gives you 1 pull. Or the Shinda, I'm playing as the robot this time. I think the game would like stop to show you a tutorial at this point, but because I did it in other modes already, it's skipping that part. I think I have to power dash and then dodge that last one. Hi there, Kira. A video showing techniques that didn't make into this game. I believe I've seen that as well. It was like a half an hour or so long video with just with Hisatsu they did not include in this game. Whenever I say Hisatsu, by the way, that's the Japanese term for these special skills. To be fair, they still carried over a lot more Hisatsu than I thought they would from previous games. But you do, like if you played half the main series up until this point, like I have, you do notice all the ones that are missing. They make some characters feel weird because they lost their... what should be their signature Hisatsu. Also, this is showing how the mechanics work, but I'm already familiar with it. Going out first and turning to a dinosaur. Oh, that's a soul skill, which... and I'll talk about this later, but a patch that's going to come next week is going to add those into the game. There's souls, which are special moves which turn you into some kind of animal. So some of these unimplemented skills are going to be patched in, but some were just discarded. And these are known as hyper moves in this game, which will probably come up later in this story mode. It's one of the parts I don't really enjoy about the football system, because I think they are too powerful right now. There's a button where you can press to let the CPU control your player in these duels, but it usually doesn't work. Yeah, I have to use it. It pretty much depends on your opponent making a mistake. I forgot to do it again. If rerolls start Monday, that would be the day after stream. I'll keep checking the week if I remember it. Like, whenever I recall that, though, that's the time of year where there is usually free pause in Grumble, I will log in. Because since it's essentially a browser game, I can keep it on my phone without taking up too much space. That's a scrum, which is a system that minigame I played before is based on. I'm glad that if you already know the systems, you can get through these tutorials pretty quickly. I remember there used to be a quote-unquote PC client. But that was when the game was more obscure and you had to download a Japanese program to launch it from there in your PC. Don't know how it works now. Like, I started playing Grumble at the time where there was no... Despite the game having an English localization, there was no, like, English page for registering and everything. That had to be done in Japanese. Arknights is gonna get a PC client someday. But I wonder if that will have keyboard shortcuts like you can have in an emulator. If it doesn't, it might actually be worse than playing in an emulator. I don't have to get them, I'll just stop it. I practically don't play Arknights in my phone anymore. I just log in to do the daily farming. But actually play stage is almost always on my emulator. Speaking of Arknights, a couple... This week the new roguelike mode was launched. I didn't know when it would come out. So I'm now pondering whether... Also, I forgot to use the focus field. It's this thing where you can... Sakurazaki has ruined it. Give me a second. You create this field and you can intercept your opponent from a city block away. But it has a cooldown period. I have to switch characters first. What was I saying? Oh yeah, well, I was wondering whether tomorrow I will stream more Victory Road or play the new roguelike, the IS6, I think. IS is a mode that takes a lot of time to play, especially the first time around, so... If I stream it, it has to be the entire scene, not a half and half like I usually do. But I'm not sure if I'll play it yet. New Story Saga, free roll start Monday. Yeah, I'll be logging daily to Granblue then. I hope there's like a free voucher, free character voucher, I mean. I think if this is like the previous roguelike where it's basically designed around Wizard, I think I might not even bother. It would be fun to do it as the last string of the year. You have a point. And it would be my genuine like first experience with that mod because I have not touched it yet. She falls off a bit interesting because I'm wondering how you could make it so that Wizardel is bad in a stage but she doesn't drag down everybody else with it. Because she covers for so many things. Like when Surtur was the strongest character in the game, any boss that was made to be anti-Surtur just gimped everybody else with it. Like that one boss that lets out a smoke explosion every time you take out a chunk of his HP. She's like a Jigging from Fire Emblem. I'm not aware of what that is, and I just got assaulted in the school hallway. And I thought this was me for a second, but it's just a girl with the same hair color. You look pretty distinct. I'm sure you're gonna be important later. Go to the Odo Jean storage, right? That was going to become the new football club. Kisod is a social butterfly. He was up 20 when he starts chatting. Must have been born that friendly. I didn't know there were people that liked him. I thought it's gonna be very difficult to get people to join our club because we are all very unpopular. Fire Emblem often starts with a pre-promote that's good in the early game but can't keep up. That's not how I would describe how these overpowered characters work in Arknights. It's more like Arknights has a seasonal rotation of a new character being designed to be really powerful. And it's usually a limited character until the next OP character comes out. And in that period, most of the difficult content will be designed around having that strongest character. Because mods with AIS module is better. I thought about making that module, but I forgot to get around to it. I wonder why make a module that only works in IS though, because it's not like Rosemontes is overpowered outside of it. She's actually pretty underpowered. Oh, the game, I wanted to greet my avatar, but the game won't let me. There is no need to go there at this time. How... What do you know, game? Since it's a side mode, they can go crazy with it. Funny, because the most engaged I've ever been with Knights, I think, was around playing the roguelike modes. Then there are the reclamation algorithm events, which on paper sound like something I would love, both like story-wise and gameplay-wise, but they are very badly designed in my opinion. Mizuki also has a nice module, another one I forgot to make. So is Arcaros. That's interesting, because Arcaros is one I don't feel is underpowered outside of IS. I mean, outside of the fact that her class in general has been a bit underpowered, because everything now has very high defense.
じゃあどうすんですか。サッカーのイメージを変える。つまり
We change how people see football.
作るならまずサッカーのイメージを一新する必要がある。
I've either feel read the golf buy and the jock related to the golf gun and the jock. I haven't heard of either of this.
そういうことです。
Is it a manga?
現に海外の大学ではサークル勧誘において企業レベルのプロモーション戦略が行われていたりもする。
確かにうちの親父も会社のイメージをアップするプロモーションには相当の額を使っていると聞いた。
And what confuses me about IS models is like
そういうもんなんすか。桜崎先輩、サッカー部がこの学校で最悪の部活だとすると、最高に入りたい部って
like these are characters that could those buffs for any mode, not just for the roguelike.
いや、ダンス部でしょ。野球部は花形だけど練習もきついし求められるものも大きい。
Meriwether comic the
かっこよくて全国優勝も見込めるダンス部が一番人気じゃないかな。それにダンス部にはアイドル的な人気部員もいる。
I was gonna talk about something related to that creator, but I remembered I have a rule against
確かに俺たちの学年の男子はほぼ
bringing up other creators if I haven't, but this is more like a manga author, so it's not too much of a problem, I think.
行くって体験入部かな。この学校の部活ほとんどが体験入部を許可している。
So as I know, Meriwether is not the actually the one who draws the comic, it's another artist. And that's what was coming to my mind. Anyway, I am aware that artist has a side interest, which is very upsetting to talk about. You can look it up if you're curious, but you might not want to. Also, there's that character again.
お前の顔見てるとなんかイラつくんだよな。
その目、俺たちのことバカにしてる目だよな。
そんなことないよ。
ああ、
あれは
1B の鼓動会ですね。
知ってんのか？
まあ何かと目立ちますし。どうした梅？
Ume's having a
部員候
vision.
補見つけました。
いや、ありゃどう見ても体型がサッカー向きじゃないだろ。
いえ、そんなことないです。おい、なんとか言ったらどうだ。聞いてんのかノロマ。
いじめがエスカレートしてんぞ。
さっさとなんとか言えよ。
あいつら
このままで
なんだだ、こんなのほっとけるかよ。
多分彼に助けはいらない。
どういうことだ？
Doesn't need help. Is he going to run? Yeah. We've seen this happen last time. It's just like a replay. I wonder if that event was supposed to
な
happen.
んじゃありゃ。
なんかすごいっすね。
鼓動会くんはいじめられっ子にはならない。なぜなら
Wanna
彼を
try
い
to
じめ
better
るに
be
は彼
faster
以
than
上
him.
の俊敏さを持っていないといけないから。
あいつ亀なのに速いってことか。
巨体の俊足、インパクトがある。
じゃあダンス部に行く前にスカウトと行こうぜ。
彼は校舎の中に入っていってたな。
You liked fanboys who got playing the joke was really cute. So might like to read it. Is the goth part of the title? Is that character a girl or another boy? Because if it's an area, I'm usually not interested. And I was never like a fan of that creator's output
悪い
anyway.
けど、僕運動音痴だし、サッカーそんなに好きなやつじゃないし、無理だよ。ごめん。
まあ、
Jack is a
そう言
dude.
わずにさ。
Okay.
はや、追いかけても追いつけそうにない。
I have to chase him to
どう
scout
見
him.
てもな。
なるほど。サッカー部にはサッカーが好きなやつが
Only people who like football
ま
to consider
それが
joining.
普通じゃねえか。無理強いはできないぜ。
じゃあ好きにさせればいいわけですね。
は？
次はダンス部に行ってみるか。
There's a goth boy in the goth girl version, but in both of them the jock is male. Is that it? I see. A jump scare right there. I have been looking, I mean, I'm always looking for more romance featuring a fanboy as a main character. But like I said in a past stream, for me to care about a romance-focused story, I do have to relate to the male lead, and to add to that, it does have to be a straight romance for me. You prefer the jock was a girl or a boy, a girl like Aludina.
Oh.
Wait, yeah, having this taste really narrows down the options I have. I can't get in.
部長の岩城だけど、君たちダンス部に体験入部希望だって？
はい。
I thought that might happen. We will have to get into a dance off.
君たちからダンス的パッションを感じないんだけど、なんでダンス部に入りたいの？
なんで？
それはもうダンスを愛してやまないからです。
His boyfriend has long hair fit-outs.
ライカ目当ての入部希望者じゃないの？そういう人全員お断りしてるから。
He's still messing from what I remember. In any case, like I can't remember of any Yari romance that I cared about. So I don't think this would change it. Like no matter what the characters look like.
あら、とぼけちゃって。まあいいわ。まずは今日一日体験入部ってことで、気が済んだら出て行って。
篠原先輩のことを聞いてみるか。
Oh, I like this random girl's hairstyle. I wonder if she'll be a recruitable player.
篠原さん目当てのミーハーな新入部員が後を絶たなくてね。
Too many people only join to get close to Shinohara.
彼女が幽霊部員と知るなり、手のひらを返
She's
したよ
not
うに
even a
去っていく
regular
わ。
member, they just bail.
ええ。
篠原、あいつ見に来たんだな。
That's what you're here for, you're wasting your time.
だぞ。放課後はいつもいなくなるんだけど、どこに行っているんだろう。
Now I have to look outside.
ライカちゃん来てないよ。っていうか最近全然練習に顔出してくれないの。
Hasn't been showing up to practice lately.
篠原先輩の家って忍者の家系らしいぜ。
It's from a shinobi family.
忍術が使えるからダンスがうまいんだよ。きっと。
She's a dancer thanks to all that ninja training. But it suddenly got a lot luckier.
篠原先輩か。そういえば入部してから一度も見たことないよ。なんで他の先輩たちは誰も注意しないんだろうね。実力が圧倒的すぎて文句言えないとか？
Sakurazaki, are you okay over there? He's twitching. High school stuff keeps reminding me of Angel Beats. I think I watched the first episode of that a long time ago. There was a visual novel which I think is from the same creators as Angel Beats, which I was a bit interested in because I really like the artwork and the soundtrack. Not sure if I'll care about the story though. It's called Summer Pockets, and I think it's the last thing that they ever made. Could debate if Jasper's boyfriend is a buff fanboy or not. I can't find it on Google Images. I could give my take on it. And I have to pass to the cosplay over there. Hi there. One of these days he's gonna say hi there back.
ぶっちゃけライカがいなかったら今のダン
Yes,
ス部の
Carbon
人気は
3
なかっ
have
た
this top
な。
player without Raika. Sounds like
あ
it.
の子が入部するまではそれほど目立つ部でもなかったし。
Was Mandela affected into thinking that 24 episodes? How many does it actually have? What I know about the Angel Beach is that it's sad, and just make sure I think it was created by Key. Yeah, it's originally a visual novel by Key Visual Arts, and I'm pretty sure everything they made is sad. Also, I have just looked up what the main characters of the Goth by the Jock look like. And for me, I wouldn't register the Jock as a fanboy. I'd at most call him a Bishonen. Dance contest champion. She almost never shows up. But she doesn't need to practice from what it sounds like. And she's from a Shinobi clan. Say temporary afterlife for young adults who suffer a lot. I say, I know it had some fantasy elements to it.
だけど当の本人はダンス部に執着していない。
放課後に屋上での目撃情報あり。行ってみる価値はあるんじゃないか。
Also, there is no room for Sakurazaki on the event, so she just has to stand there.
行ってみるか。
Go to the rooftop plaza. Yeah, that premise of Angel Beat sounds a little like the one from the Warden's with you. Less than live a good high school life that they couldn't in life. I see, I was thinking of a visual novel I meant to play eventually, where part of the premise is that people don't age, so the characters go to high school forever, which is weird to think about how that works in practice. But I was more drawn to it because I really like the background art and the soundtrack. I realize that soundtrack is something that very often draws me to a game. Like over anything else.
その無謀君が私に何の用？
篠原先輩に力を貸してほしいんです。
You're the coolest kid in the whole school.
篠原先輩に。
何よそれ。
この学校でサッカー部のイメージはどん底なんです。そんなサッカー部を復活させるには
Weirdest pickup line
篠
ever.
原先輩のような影響力を持った人物の力が必要なんです。
どん底って。
お願いします、篠原先輩。僕は学校でどん底で底辺の人気最低のサッカー部を
So he's trying to like
最高にしたいんです。
make people join out of pity by talking about how bad the state of the club is, which I'm not sure is the best strategy, but it seems to have worked on Raika. And the ninja clan thing was true.
でも
私は普通に友達と遊びたいし、修行とかしたくないんだ。
この家の面汚しが。
私は自分のやりたいことでナンバーワンになってみせる。
He's a hella good manipulator. I think this will be a trend as we recruit the remaining members. Right, now we need 5, so 3 more because Sume himself can't play football.
気持ち的には応援してるけど、サッカーのことよく知らないし、知らないもんをおすすめするの詐欺じゃない？
Wouldn't promoting something you don't understand just be a scam? Like, have you ever seen an influencer before? That's kind of their job description.
詐欺？いえ、これは詐欺じゃなくて案件ですよ。
No, it's kind of a sponsorship.
案件？
Sume would be a very proficient influencer.
配信者だって企業イメージを背負って頼まれて動画を出したりするじゃないで
Like
すか。
when streamers post videos representing a brand, exactly.
え？じゃあ何？お金くれるっていうの？
So you actually pay me, that's
お金は
difficult.
無理ですが、篠原先輩が今一番欲しいものが手に入ります。
Can't offer payment, but you get what you want most. So like streamer football, bro.
え、だからお金。
That's I think that really will set this game apart from the past in the series, the fact it takes place in the current day,
違います。篠原先輩がそれ以上に欲し
where
がっている
everybody
もので
there
す。
is or wants to be an internet figure.
なんかよくわかんないな。
それはここからの眺めのような
The view from
頂
the
上
summit.
からの景色ですよ。
何言ってんのかな。意味わかんない。
サッカー部は今どん底。すべてはここからなんです。先輩の力が必要なんです。
What chances you have seen before like that research where they ask a bunch of kids what they want to be when they grow up and the most popular answer is YouTuber?
だったら篠原先輩、僕
That's
と
how it
ダン
is
ス
in
で
the
結婚
current
しま
day.
せんか？
Dance battle me.
何？また？
運命、お前。
Oh mate, that might kill you. Are you that committed to recruiting this girl?
ダンス対決でもし僕が勝ったら応援コメントを書いてもらいます。
なんか君面白いね。まあいいでしょう。そこまで言うなら付き合っ
Won't
てあげ
like
る。
Sakurazaki be better for a dance off?
1週間後にダンスで決闘、10日後にサッカーで決闘マニアかよ。
Are you addicted to those or what? Shinohara will be the most famous lollipop in the city. What is lollipop a slang for?
また決闘とはな。
ここまで来ると一種の性癖み
But
たいなもんだ
country
ろう
music
な。
can start dance if he sends on his hips, he might, because he
ま
don't
さ
have
か
a...
お前
He can't
本気で
exert
ダ
his
ン
body
スで
too much.
篠原に勝てるとか思ってないよな。
勝ちますよ。
どうやって？
それはまだ言えません。
なんだそれ。
ところで、こうしているうちにも野球部との試合の日が迫っています。桜崎先輩と木曽路にはサッカー特訓をやっておいてほしいんです。
特訓ってまた100名階段。
いえ、新しい特訓場所を
Just
探
add a
しておき
certain
ました。
4-letter word inside the...
ここ
Wait,
で
is
特
it
訓をしてみ
lolly?
てください。
If that's the case, you can say that on the chat, it's not a problem. But I see what you mean.
じゃあ僕はここで。
おい、どこ行く？
それはもちろん、ダンスの練習ですよ。
え？このメモの場所って
商
This
店
note
街の
says
うどん屋
noodle shop shopping district.
二
District,
人
I
で
mean.
うどんでも食ってけってか。
つまり運命は栄養をつける
Eating
ことも
nutrition is
特訓だ
part of
って
training.
言いたいんじゃないですか。
そんなに優しいやつだったか？まあいい。どのみちうどんを食いたかったんだ。
Hot lollipop solid culture. I thought you were like that you thought you had to like disguise the term. That's why I answered that. We're not in control of Fumei anymore. This is our new training spot and it's a ramen shop. I don't think he's trying to be funny. And Sakurazaki can also play ghost football. And I won that by like sheer luck. I happened to aim the correct way. I want you join the football club. Muff instinct, that's a cool term. Sounds like the name of a passive I would have. Like game views, but with game footage. A couple months from now, there's probably going to be videos like that of this game because there's a lot of fame views of the Inazuma 11 anime. Neuro battles. Finish noodles before they get soggy. You have to eat them fast enough and you have to play rock, paper, scissors at the same time. You counter the hand on the top of the screen, I imagine. Now you have to match it. I'm confused, I'm not sure if you have to counter that end up there or if you have to match it. Oh wait, the plating that bar is a good thing. I thought that was like my health. This reminds me of the Ground Blue Fantasy event last December where we had to make people ramen. I remember one event where we had to like unlock and make various recipes and don't know if it's the same one. I think it's the one where they debuted what was it called? Like, I think Kululu's summer version. The girl of the green hair. I think of one where there was a scripted quote-unquote battle that was actually a knitting contest. Post-meal workout. What could be behind the arcade? Reference to the original Inazuma 11, that one had a prominent ramen shop as well. And that their trainer was working at the ramen shop. I can already get equipment. But if I wait, I'll probably unlock some with better stats than this. It's not like you're gonna be playing a lot of football right now. And he was replaced by that strict woman. That part I don't remember. I think it's more of something that only happens in the anime. I know that later on in the future, one of the characters from the Japanese national team takes over the ramen shop. Everyone in the world knows Sisatsu, so it's a little silly. Nagumohara shopkeepers are a football team. And yes, in this world, everyone in their grandma can use special skills. Like literally everyone in their grandma. I'm pretty sure there's some elderly people who can use as players in this game. So she and Dome had this all planned out. But how are these two people gonna play football?
さて、どうすっかな。
5-on-5 battles. No offside, no out of bounds. Do you think the animal transformations or the spirits were a better gimmick? If I'm honest, I don't like either of them, like especially in how they affect the game balance. Just purely on the visual level. I'm not sure there's a couple of spirits whose design I like. But I think the animals have more like diversity in how they are executed. I always found it weird how the spirits are mostly just upper body. Like they're creatures that only have the upper body in a football game, so they never use their actual feet. You'll never see their feet. Animals are made to try and rebalance the spirit gimmick. In the game they were introducing, they were like a alternative gimmick, but the general consensus is that the spirits were still a lot more powerful. I think that all of this was just the developers trying to bank on Yokai Watch's success, so they're introducing also introducing wacky creatures into this franchise, hoping they will stick. But that never happened. Also, what happened here is that we're playing against some of the shopkeepers and some of them are with us, so I can have a 5-person team. Bradman can dribble. I noticed now that I had the objectives there on the left, but I already cleared them anyway. Also, aiming at the corner of the goal like that gives you a small bonus to your shoot attack when you have that orange flash happen. But going back to these animal spirits, this game flattens those gimmicks so that they work very similar to each other. So when they get implemented in the patch, they might be just as powerful as the caching. That's the proper name for those humanoid summons this time. From what I've played so far, I feel that the caching are the most powerful, like the most overpowered things in this entire game. Not sure if they're ever gonna get their rebalance. As in, I feel like they beat all other types of hyper moves. She's like the grandpa from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I watched that movie once as a kid. I remember almost nothing from it.
いい汗かいたぜ。腹ごなしになりましたね。
また呼んな。うどんでもサッカーでも腰と粘りを見せてやるよ。
おばちゃん、ありがとな。
うどんにサッカー、ごちそうさんでした。
The one thing I remember from that movie, if it's the one I'm thinking about, is the part where that one girl turns into like a blueberry, which was very disturbing at the time and spawned an even more disturbing genre of artwork on the internet. The game tells me to go this way, but I can't. I have to go to the... I have to pass by the downtown first. We owe a lot to this Sakurazaki, but keep your distance from my son. I wish I could dress all cool like you. Your outfit is rather improper. What's improper about this? Just like all cartoon characters eating each other's house, so they do. Tell me about it. I'm glad I avoided all of that growing up. There is a match where they kept reflecting last resort on each side with a stronger and stronger version of the move. Oh, so they played ping pong. There is a mechanic in this game where you can actually counter your opponent's shoot if I shoot off your own if you have a success with that property. But I don't think you can like ping pong it back and forth, you can only counter once.
そうか。またやられに来たのか。
バカ、今日は先輩に来てもらっているんだ。お前の完全なるファイナルになるぜ。では先輩、よろしくお
Now
願いし
yours,
ます。
big guy. John Davidson.
John
says he wants to be able to stand on his own if he does he not speak Japanese?
こいつ、ジュンさんのヒゲがダサいとか言ってましたよ。
This guy said your bird looks flaming.
ひげダサいこいつ言ってた。
Hey, talk like he's like a dog.
先輩はプロレスに精通しておられる。お前なんかいつからだぜ。
プロレスでも相撲でも何でもしやがれ。
先輩の思考とくと味わえ。
遠慮はいらね
ダメ。
えな。圧をかけるか。
邪魔だ。
After this, I have to. No. Especially if he uses his special next.
遠慮はいらね
えな。今は気分が乗らない。
Not feeling it, he says.
話が通じるとは思えんが。おい。
まだファイナルじゃないだと。
俺に勝とうなんざ10年早いぜ。
Oh, are we doing this right in front of his house?
その程度かよ。
いい汗かかせてもらいました。
覚えてやがれと言っておられる。行きましょう先輩。
何だったんだ。ま
はい。
ったく。
This is the rooftop. Oh, it's already gonna be the dance battle.
なんか特訓の
I
せいで
thought
下
you'd
半
have
身が
to
痛いっす。
do a lot more stuff for that.
ああ。
そろそろ時間だけど。
Those guys need to grow up for real. From one thing that I saw in one of the trailers, but without giving it away, I'm pretty sure they're still going to come up again.
運命。
その格好
新しいジャージど
いいじゃん。学校のジャージじゃないよね。
う？学校のジャージだと目立たないから。
チャンプの限定ジャージ。
Shampoo limited drop.
どうしたんだよそれ。
ああ、ちょっと。
Oh, you got your ways.
怪しいな。
それよりダンス対決どうすんの？運命、ダンスの練習ちゃんとした？
した。
嘘！でもさすがに1週間で全国一に勝てるわけなくない？
National Shampoo is like at that.
でも目的は
Probably
ダン
to
ス
say
で勝つ
dancer.
ことじゃなくて、サッカー部を作ることだから。
それどういうこと？サッカー部のためにはダンスで勝たない
What
と。
kind of connections do you have? I'm wondering that as well. You obtained a shampoo on limited top.
いよいよダンス対決だ。十分に準備もした。
Oh, mate, did you pay for this outfit?
篠原先輩に気持ちで負けないことだ。
You just have to be there in spirit. Another jump scare. I'm so hyped I finally get to see Raika bust her moves again. He is friends with the shopkeepers? Oh, fair point. He did get them to set up a football match. Hey, there is another girl with a nice hairstyle. I wonder if she's a recruitable player.
そう。
There's also a boy with a nice hairstyle.
篠原先輩とのダンス対決始めるか？
Actually, I think should save first. I think the game auto saves, but just as a precaution.
篠原先輩とのダンス対決。
We're already getting to it. This is going a lot faster than I thought it would.
学校のアイドル篠原ライカ先輩 VS
School Idol versus Dual Freak. I bet it's surprising he can handle this. We're still gonna find out if he can handle this. Dance battle start.
じゃあ行くよ。ライカのダンス見てな。
ささなみ運命サッカーダンス
Oh man, why are we doing a fighting pose? This is a dance battle. Does he get what a dance battle entails? Sounds like he doesn't. Wait until the shrinking circle overlaps with the ring shaped zone, then press the indicated button. Missing the timing causes you to lose HP.
私から行くよ。みんな応援よろしくね。
And I think this instrumentation is a reference to the whole ninja thing. What's Sume gonna do?
さあ行きます。
いい線いってる。
どうなってんだ。
やるじゃない。次はもっとギア上げていくよ。さあ次はそっちの番だよ。
まだまだ見
So
てて
he'll
くだ
just
さい
do a
ね。
bunch of ball tricks, which I guess is a novelty. They do like to make fancy dancers. I think this was actually a collab with another influence, like they got an actual dancer to come up with these moves. And she might have mock-up them.
よし、じゃあラスト行くよ。
Anyway, if you're just tuning in, I'm playing this football game called Inazuma 11 Victory Road. It's a football game. Allegedly.
まあこんなもんかな。
仕上げといきましょうか。
すごすぎ。感動だよ。
I'm trying to pay attention to the dance and do the quick time at the same time, and I'm missing a few impacts.
なんとかやれたな。
Just shy of 10,000 points, however good that is. The game calls it a dance battle, but there wasn't anything to compete against, like score-wise.
すごくね。
But I think I did well.
さあ皆さん、電子計算機部の作った投票集計アプリで勝者だと思う方の名前を選択して投票をお願いします。
Cast your votes using the computer club's new voting system. Some fan of Rek is totally gonna bot that vote.
体。
それにしても運命、病気でサッカーができないのにダンスの練習とかで
You
きたの？
can't play because of your heart, but dancing is fine. I'm wondering just that.
彼が特訓したのは性の動きを基本としたリフ
His
ティン
dance is
グ
all
ダン
about
ス。
stillness.
心臓への負担も少ない。それでもかなり大変だったはずよ。
本当にダンスの特訓してたってことかよ。
マジか。でもダンスを独学で習得するとかありえなくね？
独学じゃないんだ。
ふん、そういうことか。
Wait, what was the answer to that? Did he train with the club leader?
お、結果が出た。勝負の行方は勝者篠原来
Of course it would be here.
いけると思ったのによ。
篠原先輩の固定票は動かなかったみたい
Very
です
sure
ね。
May only got like 2 votes from his fellow club members.
運命くんもかなりいい線来てたけど、勝負は私の勝ちだね。約束は約束。私はサッカー部の応援コメントなんて書かないからね。
はい。
ああ、サッカー部はあっけなく終了か。
That's the end of the club dream. There is a lot more clubs that we could hassle for new members.
だけどさ、私もサッカー部に入れてくんない？
なんでそうなる？
そんなの理由は一つじゃん。どん底から
Why the
最高へ
whole
って
zero to
ワク
hero
ワクす
thing
る
is
でしょ？
just too good.
篠原先輩。
Raika must watch a lot of sports anime.
私もう一度見たいんだ。てっぺんからの景色。それが私の一番欲しいものだから。
先輩はダンスで日本一になり、ダンスへ
Became the best dancer in Japan, lost his spark because the true joy lies in the pursuit and the
努力し少しでも上に上がろうとしている瞬
improving.
間が最高に楽しかった。だけど、目標がなくなった途端、ダン
Once
スを
that
楽
goal
し
was
いもの
gone,
では
your
なくな
passion
っ
for
た。
dancing went with it.
そうですよね。だから先輩は屋上からの景色を見て、いつも次の自分を探していた。
うん。
SNS の書き込みから篠原先輩の憂鬱は伝わりました。
As obvious in your posts, you went doing great.
私、今日食べたものとかそういうことしか書き込んでないんですけど。
There was never a chance
そ
of
ういう
winning,
こ
I
とし
take
か
it.
書いていないから。
I doubt to see if there's any difference if you like get all perfect.
ダンスをやっている時の篠原先輩は
But there
練習
probably
で辛か
isn't.
ったことや乗り越えた達成感、いろんな
Because
感
if
情
you
を書き
did
込んでい
win
ま
by
した。
getting all perfect and then Raika joined because that was the deal, then you will not see like
そ
this
こには
other
明確な目
motivation
標
for
に
her
向
to
かっ
join.
て突き進む生き生きとした篠原先輩がいました。ダンスコンテストで日本一になった日の書き込みはこれです。
I suppose it is after rising to the very top.
ずっと頑張ってきた。今、私の上には雲一つない空が広がっている。山のてっぺんにい
It
るものだ
does
け
sound
が
like
見
he
られる
wasn't
景色。
expecting to win.
気持ちいい。ダンスでのてっぺん。確かに、あの時は気持ちよかったな。でも、運命くんがここまでダンスができるなんて。
Omei is the kind of person who'll go through your entire
ダンス部の皆さんも
post
篠原
history
先
before
輩
he
を
even
救いたい
talks
と
to you.
思っていて、だから僕のダンス特訓に全員で協力してくれたんです。
And yes, the dance club did help in training.
そっか。みんなが。
ダンスで篠原先輩に挑むのはどのみち無謀でしたけど。
お前は面汚しだ。人道においては半人前どころか、我が一門の最悪。
Seems like he has high IQ and is way ahead of the players. It does seem like he's being written as a... Oh, he's basically going to be a coach for the team.
そんな腰抜けは
And he's gonna be the sort that like has weird strategies that end up being genius when you put into practice. And he later explains how he came up with them.
一番になったら認めてくれるよね。結局、ダンスで日本一になっても、おじいちゃんには認めてもらえなかった。何がいけないんだろう。
僕が篠原先輩のおじいちゃんなら、一番を取っても満たされていない先輩の
In a
顔を見たら
previous season of the anime, there was a coach who forced the players to spend the day inside their dormitory rooms so that they could
運命くんは
it will induce into training the confined space which they use in their next match.
本当の目的は私にサッカー部の宣伝をさせる
This
こと
sort
で
of
は
thing.
なく、私の上昇志向を刺激してサッカー部に入れること。なぜなら私がサッカー部に入ることこそが何よりもプロモーションになるから。
バレていましたか。
運命くん、一つ聞いていい？
Oh yeah, people joined the dance club just because of Reika. If she moves to the football club, we should be flooded with applications, no?
はい、好きです。好きだからずっと嫌いになろうと努力してきました。でもダメでした。だから今はその気持ちに向き合うつもりです。
わかった。待ってて。私の半端な気持ちにさよならしてくる。
Say goodbye to my half-hearted self first.
みんなー、今日は私の緊急ライブに集まってくれてありがとう。残念だけど今日のこのライブで私はダンスにお別れしようと思います。他にやってみたいことができたから。だからみんなには
Found something new I wanna chase.
じゃあ私のファイナルステージみんな楽しんで。みんなありがとね。最高。
Imagine if her popularity like plummets after she switches clubs because nobody likes football.
サッカーだよ。サッカー部でサッカーやるからみんな応援よろしくね。
Yeah, I thought the crowd would like go silent after that line. But they took it well. The school, why don't they football club?
サッカー部だと。
He looks so dismayed about it.
忍びたちの報告では篠原ライカがサッカー部と合流したようです。引き続き情報を集めていきます。
Oh, May's name was familiar to you.
篠原さんがどういうことだ。
四川道くん、サッカー部の人気が一気に上がったことがそんなに悔しいの？
Popularity shooting through the roof, get under your skin.
四川道くん、
会長、
え？
この四川道我流、
I will uncover the truth about the football
解明
club.
する。
What is there to uncover? It's the name of the 100 Girlfriend's second opening, second ending, I see.
行っちゃった。
どういうこと？
What is he, Detective Conan? To be fair, so is only.
ここサッカー部でしょうか？
シュートに正確さを出すための
This reminds me that
事件を起こした過去のサッカー部。
I started playing Grumble Fantasy when the Detective Conan
教えてもらえませ
collab
んか？
was going on.
5年前に何があったのか。みんな野球部戦までに覚えてほしいことが山ほどある。
And it's funny to see people's reactions when you tell them that that game has a Detective Conan collab.
ささなぎお前、何が狙いだ？
「
Also, when you play with Detective Kono in Grumble Fantasy, he fights with a football, which always confuses me.
ワクワクするでしょ。以上。
学校内でサッカー部の人気が急上昇しているそうですね。
はい。2年元ダンス部の篠原来香さんがサッカー部に入ると宣言したことがかなりのイメージ回復になったようです。
Even funnier is that Grumble Fantasy has crossovers so many big IPs, and the crossover characters that always been free to get. It's only recently that they realized that they could make a lot of money if they made that these characters exclusive to the gacha instead.
それはそうですが、
サッカー部の存在は再び学校の評判を貶めるかもしれません。強引にでも排除するしかありませんね。
Kono used a football to catch people. Never knew about that.
そんなのんきなことは言ってられません。何か手を打たねば。
What are you so happy about? And Grumble, I think, is so far the only gacha game to have survived a crossover with Persona 5.
そいつは視線道も
His Sendo must be freaking out.
私サッカ
You
ー
would
やる
be
って
right
大
about
々
that.
的に言っちゃったもんな。
衝撃すぎる発表でしたよね。
Also, because Raika suddenly announced she was joining the football club, does she send think we're starting a cult or something?
サッカー部のイメージ一新。学校のアイドルが支持した。
Because of this famous student suddenly being very enthusiastic about it.
うんうん。でもまだまだ部員集めないとだな。
さて、そろそろ来る頃かな。
誰が？
鼓動会くん。
Kodokai.
ここサッカー部でしょうか。
He's joining because of Raika, right?
やっぱり来ましたね。
あいつか。
運命。なんでわかった？
鼓動会亀尾と言います。サッカー部の入部希望です。
前はあっさり断ったんじゃ。
やっぱよく考えたらサッカーやってみた
Now,
い
now
かなっ
that
て。
this girl is with us, he's suddenly interested.
もしかして学園のアイドル篠原来香先輩にお近づきになろうっていうよこしまな理由なんじゃ。
そうなの？
Yeah, say it to her face.
いや、そうです。ごめんなさい。
そんな理由でサッカー部に入りたいだと。もちろんダメに。
待ってください。忘れたんですか？何のために篠原先輩に声をかけたのか。篠原先輩によってサッカー部のイメー
As
ジ
to
を
get
変
new
える。
members, it's working
部員を増やすために。
as intended.
それが目的でしたよね。その最たる結果が鼓動会くんです。篠原先輩目当ての入部を断ることはできません。そのサッカー部の売りを作ったのは僕らなんですから。
We made that the club's selling point.
それは
I
確かに。
might have accidentally skipped a line there.
つまり私はサッカー部のイメージがあるって
Basically, the
ことね。
football club's poster girl.
サッカーを始める理由は重要ではありません。大事なのはどう始めるかではなくどうやっていくかです。
確かに僕ライカさんのファンですけど。
I really like Gomei.
サ
I'm
ッカーにも興味が湧きま
kinda
した。
surprised at how much I'm also liking the story so
サッ
far.
カー部に入れてください。
Like, I had a bad feeling when I knew that the game would have a very slow start and we're still getting through it.
お前なんでわかった？
But the main story has been paced well enough for me.
ダンス部の公開練習のポスターに見入ってましたし、 ダンス部 SNS に書き込んでいる KK マッチョの写真投稿には
Kodokai was staring at the dance club's open practice poster. On the SNS, that's social media, KK Macho posted a photo where you could see Kodokai's reflection through the glass.
相変わらずの分析力。
小道会くん、ようこそサッカー部へ。ありがとうございます。
Romain is using reflections in photos to stalk people.
それで、梅。次の一手はどうするんだ？
That's something real-life criminals have done.
ミニサッカーの試合をするための人数5人まであと1人。ですが、もうあまり時間もありません。最後の1人を探しつつ、
We're just one
こ
shot.
のメンバーで特訓を始めていきます。
Hopefully we can get this last member still today.
特訓ね。誰だ？
Speaking of stalkers.
どうやら監視されているようですね。
生徒会の忍びか。
忍び？
Shinobi.
生徒会には会長や副会長の指示に忠実に従う手下がいる。
ほう。でも簡単に気づか
I
れている
thought they were just more Raika
忍びとしては
simps.
二流だけどね。
うわ、海坊主。
And the Numi boss, what's going on into school, bro? Now the constant skipping an eye on you.
海坊主。これってももちさん？
それともう一つ新情報。柳生くんたちサッカーショーをやっていたメンバーは元はちゃんとサッカーをやっていた。
Yagyu and the others used to be football players.
かなり手強い相手となります。
うん。サッカーボールをおもちゃにしていたけど、ボールの扱いからサッカー経験があることは分かった。
Yu-Gi-Oh! 7th, they had the Samurai Student Council chair and he had the ninjas.
あえてサッカーで決闘を申し込んだんだよな。
はい。
Yeah, they look so serious in the cutscenes, but then they have guns that take out their shinobi.
サッカー部絡みの話をするなら場所を変えるべきか。
学校じゃどこにいたって生徒会の監視下でしょ。
それなら俺がいい場所を知ってるかも。スマホに場所を送っておくからみんなそこに集まろう。
わかった。
うわ、なんか隠密行動みたいで面白そう。
ここは
Kodokai has joined their team. Hydrate, thanks for that and I will do so. Just after this cutscene, I was thinking of taking a break anyway. Kyoto was a Kento guy samurai in the student council too. There is a trend and I think it's because of the correlation with like samurai and police. With the student council being the quote-unquote police of the school. Like a Shinsengumi organization.
俺がサッカーを侮辱か。
木曽路から送られてきた場所に行ってみよう。
I'll do that in a bit. Right now I'll hydrate and take a short break. Shora fanboy Sakura was not on my bingo cards. Not in mine either. There are some characters where you can get like differently aged versions of them. So there's a higher than 0 chance that you could have that past version of Sakura. But you'll see. I'll see you soon. Hi there. I was looking at the monitor and I noticed that if you stand still, your followers don't actually stand still all the time. I saw like Kisoji walking around a bit, which is a cool detail. Like right now. Now continuing about Yagyu's Shora version being possibly playable. I'm pretty sure he will be playable if we ever see a cutscene with a 3D model of him. Because the rule of this franchise is if you have a 3D model for a character, then it's easy enough to make them playable, because you've already done the hard part. To make them playable, just attach them to a body type and give them stats and some Hisatsu, and you're done. From here, I'm not sure what this place is. Oh, it's the cafe. Almost feels like modding. It does, and I'll pause here for a bit because I wanted to talk about the trailer for the upcoming patch that we had this week. Replace a player model with any 3D model that fits the animation. So every playable character in this game is essentially just a head, like the mod of their head, which will then fit into a preset body type. And then you give them stats and special moves. That's how you create a new character for an Inazuma 11 game. And like you just give them the kit of the team they're playing for. So the new trailer announced an update that's gonna add the content from the 6th overall season from the anime, that's Inazuma 11 Go Galaxy. And also from one of the movies that also weren't in the game yet. So that will be a new batch of characters, special moves, and such. There were a couple of announcements that were outside of what we already knew was gonna be added. I wanted to talk about two of them in particular. One very bad one, and one that was a pleasant surprise. So starting from the bad one. The new update is gonna add a new player rarity. And we haven't gone far enough to the story for rarities to even come up. I'm not sure if they even will in this story mode. But rarity is essentially your player's rank. You can increase them, and the higher the rarity, the higher the player's base stats. Currently, the highest rarity is called Hero. Heroes are like special players that have higher stats than everybody else, and you can only have 2 of them on the pitch at a time. For everybody else, the highest rarity you can have is called Legendary. Now, any character can be Legendary, but only a select few main characters from the anime are available as heroes. Now, this update will add this new rarity called Fabled. Fabled players will be even more powerful than heroes. And yes, you will only be able to have 1 in your team, so you can have 1 Fabled, 2 heroes, and the rest can only be up to Legendary. And if you ask me, this update will be all sorts of terrible for the game's PvP. Like, a problem I already had with heroes is that since only main characters can be heroes. If you run a team with only a couple main characters from the anime, like I do, or even worse, a team with no main characters. Unless you're willing to replace some players in your team, you will be at a big disadvantage in the PvP, especially now that Fabled characters will be introduced. Also, Fabled characters have to be acquired from the special shop, and the items you need to get them will require you to grind more for a lot more, like magnitudes more, than you'd grind for anything else in the game. And this feels like it's a mechanic out of a gacha game, like where you would then offer an option for you to pay real money to skip this grind and get Fable players earlier. But this is a full price game, it's like $70, with no microtransactions, not yet at least. So I'm like confused as to what motive you'd have to add a mechanic like this. Other than like sadism. This is something I would come up with if I hosted a live service game and I wanted to express my disdain for my own player base. They are super grindy to get, they will be over centralizing because they are stronger than everybody else. And when they get implemented, it will only be a select few main characters. So despite the game boasting that it has like thousands of characters, they are pushing you to only use the select few that are already popular characters. It's like a rich get richer sort of thing. The popular characters will get used even more because they're objectively better. Now, 5 always did heavy grinding stuff in Yokai Watch. Same for Inazuma 11, but with how long this game took to come out, you'd think they would have learned to make better systems. The last mainline Inazuma 11 game is from 2013. They had over a decade to figure this out. Now, the director posted on his tweet that they have plans to make it so that any character can be a fabled character. Which sounds fine, but for one, it's not going to be... This won't be an option when the patch comes out, so... At least for the time being, if you don't wanna use these popular characters, you will be at a disadvantage. Also, I feel like that was made as like a spur of the moment response to the negative feedback from this announcement. Like, I think they did not have this planned from the beginning. It's just when they saw the negative reaction to fabled players that they said like, oh no, you make every player be able to have a fabled version. They really need to update Hero to be every player. That would be nice, like the... To me, it would be the second best thing they could do. I think the best one would be to just not have Hero fabled players. This is a team sports game, and the way they like to focus on having a gimmick that makes one player stronger than everybody else always confused me as being in a team sport game. Hyper moves also have this problem where they over-centralize your strategy on just one or two players. And I can discuss it more whenever that comes out in the story mode. But I'm glad I saw the writing on the wall and I quit like playing PvP or caring about it before this announcement. I did think the balance was pretty bad already and had the feeling to get worse, and it surely will with this update. So I can only hope that later updates will focus on improving the single player. Because the patch will add content to single player, but as far as improving the gameplay, I'm not sure about that, because the thing I think is missing the most right now is having a smarter opponent AI. And they've said nothing about implementing that. There will be a lot of new matches to play in the new season that they're adding, but from the likes of the sounds of it, it's gonna be a cakewalk like everything else so far. Which makes it hard to be too excited about it. Now, for the other thing that was a pleasant surprise for me was this bit of the trailer, where they briefly showed this cutscene, which is showing that Demon Sword is finally getting a plot. So it's this thing on the right side of the screenshot. This was a thing introduced in the game for Inazuma 11 Go. They never show up in the anime. Demon Sword is a thing made from merging two other things. They're called Sovereign Claw and Northern Flame. They are also game exclusive things that you'll face in the post game. Now for both of these things, they only get like one brief cutscene each introducing them. Then you play against them, then you don't ever hear from them again. But later you can unlock a match against Demon Storm, that's a merge of both things. But that thing has no plot at all, like you just play against him, there is no cutscenes or anything. Also, the captain of Demon Storm is a character that was not in either of the two things that merged to create it. It's this one in the middle of the blue hair, his name is Moteruyami. The two other characters on his left and right are the captains from Sovereign Claw and the Northern Fang respectively, and he's the captain when they come together. So Mu was a character introduced in a game from 2011, and this is the very first time he's opened his mouth, like he had no story world at all. And I always liked his design, I always thought he was like wasted potential to have him just be a match with no story context. So I'm very curious about this, and I'm not even sure where this match will fit in. Because it's a all new like story segment. When the patch comes out, I'll surely try to get in as a player. Reminds me of Shoin the Hakuryo. He debuted in the same game as them, so it's probably like the same design style. And the area they are at in that screenshot is the same stadium where the merged thing of Shoin the Hakuryo play.
喫茶タンク、俺の基地みたいなもんだな。ここはいつも客が少なくて中学生でも入れてくれる。
なんかレトロな感じでいい店だね。
And I spoke a lot, and I feel the need to drink water again. That I have learned from last time that I should hide my mouth when I do that. So I feel to give me a minute.
最近引っ越してきたんだよ。運命って言うんだ。
運命かい？この店は運命もんばっかだからじゃんじゃん注文しな。
なるほど。
厨房割引で半額にしとくから遠慮なく頼みな。食べ盛りの諸君。
あざーす。
うわ、カステラパフェ。
お前甘いの好きなの？
まあ。
じゃあみどりさん、それ一つ。他は全員アイスティーで。
あ、僕もカステラパフェ。
じゃあそれで。
んじゃまあ、秘密の話始めるとするか。
では早速本題に入ります。
Why are all these portraits depicting like this same dog?
みんなの特訓場所ですが、それぞれ最適の場所を見つけておきました。
Everyone's training locations.
俺は造船所か。
ここは設備が古く、今は使われていません。今後は食鮮魚の加工工場ができるそうですが、まだ着工までには時間がかかる。
いいね。屋根があるから雨や日焼けの心配もないし。
特訓の手順は追って送っておきます。
何やら怖えな。
Internet went down for a moment. That's fine, I was rambling on about a new thing that the patch is going to add. Well, that's some hiding spot we were immediately found.
待たせてしまったかな。
Maybe they saw us through the window.
なんで？
どういうことだ？
四川道先輩から学校以外で話したいとメッセージが来たので、場所を教えて
Never
おきま
mind,
した。
Ume gave everybody away.
おいおい、嘘だろ？俺の秘密の隠れ家なのに。
木曽路君、君がここに通っていることはとうに調査済みだよ。分かった上で泳がせていたんだ。
四川道先輩、それで話というのは？
事件を起こした過去のサッカー部の件だが、君の言葉が引っかかってね。
Something you said stuck with me.
そもそもなぜサッカー部は暴力事件なんて起こしたんでしょうか？その理由を四川道先輩は知っているんですか？
僕はただ暴力事件を起こしたと聞いて、どこの学校にもある日常茶飯事だと、それ以上のことを調べてはいなかった。だが当時のサッカー部は評判も良く、決して人に暴力を振るうような感じではなかったらしい。事件を起こせばサッカーができなくなる、そんなことは分かっていたはずだ。それなのに事件を起こした。これが謎なんだ。そこで過去の学校の記録資料を調べてみたんだ。そしたら妙なことが分かっ
I
てきた。
went through the scorecards and I found
なんだ？
something strange.
サッカー部が問題を起こした年、南雲原は学校の余剰の
In the
敷地
school
に
was
サ
debating
ッカ
whether
ー
to
部
build
を
a
建てるか
football or a
野球部棟
baseball
を建てるか
facility.
検討されていた。そしてサッカー部が問題を起こしたせいで不戦勝的に野球部棟に決まった。
それは匂いますよね。サッカー部の事件には学校の利権問題が絡んでいる。
利権って？
ああ、大きなお金が動いてい
There
る
was
案件とい
big
うこと
money
だ。
involved.
となると、あの事件は誰かの陰謀って
There was big money involved and the camera immediately focuses on the character who has a rich dad.
その可能性がある。もう少し深く調べてみる必要がありそうだ。笹波くん。
はい。共同戦線といきますか。
ああ、僕は君たちの解散を支持するからに
Fine,
は
going to disband their
事情
club,
を
I need
知ら
to
なくて
fully
はなら
understand
ない
what
と考え
happened.
ている。すべてがはっきりしたら、君たちには問答無用でサッカーから手を引いてもらうつもりだ。
Okay, so please help me find out why I am going to dismantle your club.
サッカー部の謎が解けた上で、それでもサッカー部の存在が学校にとって良くない存在であったなら、その時は仕方ありませんね。
じゃあ、僕はこれで失礼するよ。
何を言ってる運命。また妙な約束をして。
This is like if I ban somebody from my chat and then ask that person to explain to me why I banned them.
みんなは明日から僕の作った特訓メニューで練習をしてほしい。
うわ、そこみんなで調べるんじゃないんだ。
サッカーにだってそれぞれ役割がある。全員が仲良く同じことをするのは効率的とは言えない。
わかったぜ、ボス。木曽路、ここは運命を信じよう。
5年前からいる先生たちなら、サッカー部の事件について何か知っているかもしれない。
Teachers might know something about the football club. I should ask around.
だね。
Sakudo kindly does shopping discreet, then Puffy was gone. Hey.
5年前といえば事件の直前学校に新施設ができるって盛り上がってたわね。学校の中だけじゃなくて
The whole
街
town
中
was
で
talking
話題の
about
的
it.
だったわね。
I was gonna ask, is youth sport that big of a deal in this world? But this is Inazuma 11, so it's a given. Not get involved in your scheme.
前のサッカー部か。評判は良かったよ。温厚で気のいい生徒が多くてね。困ってる人がいると放っておけない。そういう奴らだったな。
There's a couple new battles, but I think I don't really have to do them.
5年前の事件だって余計な詮索はやめなさい。
Works on meteorite stadium built on submarines, dictatorial schools, yeah. I'm familiar with all of that.
あの頃のサッカー部もとにかく真面目な生徒ばかりだった。それがあんな事件を起こすなんて。
Don't speak to me right now, I'm busy burning my faith into my retinas. These are two of Yagyu's goons from before. Also, I think that silhouette is supposed to be Endo now. It used to be like a feature as player, but now it was his hairstyle.
うちの学校は九州でも有名な進学校なだけあって地元の誇りみたいに言ってくれる人たちも多いの。
Slowly gaining features.
だけど注目度が高い
Yeah,
分
the hallucinations are getting more realistic
容赦な
with
く叩
time.
かれてしまう。サッカー部の事件がいい例ね。
The whole town was watching with bated breath. Hidden scandals, the century has been deleted.
俺の役割、シュート。
もともとボールの威力に申し分のない桜崎先輩の課題はズバリボールコントロールです。
シュートに正確さを出すための特訓か。
These things for better accuracy. Just press a button with flashes. It's just doing that for a minute. From seeing the trailers, I think later you have to do this with multiple characters at once, so it should get a little more difficult. But a lot of these minigames so far are just boiled down to like very simple quick times. And I still missed.
南雲原中の新施設問題は町全体の一大プロジェクトだったという。学校近郊の住人から噂話を収集してみよう。
ああ、覚えてるよ。野球部とサッカー部。どっちの部室棟にするかで争ってたな。あの時はまさか町が2つの派閥に分かれるくらい問題が大きくなるとは思わなかったよ。
Oh, I like that we can like see the ocean all the way from there. On the background. So far, split it down in two. It sounded like this was basically a like political conflict. Even the parents got involved.
サッカー部と野球部、どっちが学校の花形かって言い争ってた。そんな不毛なことを言う輩も出てくる始末で、当時の生徒たちには同情するよ。
Last one is just over here. Oh, it's not you.
そういえばあの当時、新施設問題のせいで野球部とサッカー部が対立してたって話を聞いたわ。せっかくの明るいニュースだったのに、ちょっと複雑な気分だったな。
私のステップをサッカーに生かす。
篠原先輩の持ち味を最大限に生かすなら、ドリブルにダンスのステップを取り入れることですね。
ダンスのリズムをドリブルに。
Grebo fully designate checkpoints.
乗ってる？行くよ。
Normally, if you want to dodge like a sliding tackle, you have to press B at the right moment. But this looks a lot more lenient in that.
サッカー対野球。南雲原町は新施設問題をきっかけに二分されたという。繁華街の人たちからより詳しいことが聞けるかもしれない。
There's a couple more side quests as well, and I have to say that they are not as interesting as the main story. But I'm afraid it's gonna be like Time Strange, where you get something essential for clearing them, and if you don't do them Immediately they become unavailable later. These training methods are quite unique. They do have to get creative to make up for the fact to have so few people to train. Like how do you train for a team sport if you're alone?
仕方がないから手紙を書いたんだけど、代わりに渡してきてくれないか
Out of touch uncle.
少年たちよ、ちょっとそこまでひとっ走り。一生のお願いだ。助かるよ。ありがとう。同窓会の場所はアーケードにあるちゃんぽん青春だよ。ここだけの話。看板娘の春美って子が
Just between us, the waitress Arumi, she's a Stone Cold Fox, maybe even foxier than she was back then. Like a killer in disguise. She's really pretty.
おや、まぶいが通じないなんて。
Never heard of Stone Cold Fox before. I haven't. I'd probably do Fable, Sugoyatari, Feiron and Lihao. Witch and Criminal are close contenders. It's cool too, but I don't think it's close. Anyhow, you can only have one Fabled character in the thing, and I'm pretty sure it's as grind as it is because you only expect to make one of them. If I make a Fabled character, which I'm not sure I even will bother because I don't plan on... I don't really have the enthusiasm to play PvP anymore, and it's only something you'll need if you will play PvP. Then I'll probably make Virgo into my favorite character. She's the center for the Almighty, if you remember her from last stream. The romantic one. Wait, so you get to meet this waitress? There is also another side quest to pick up here. Or it's just the destination of this one? It's both actually. Oh, very little sister. Help you with? Can you distract my brother? He won't stop failing. My sister's totally clueless. She needs me to keep her safe. Why drag me into this and just some random passer now? I'll spell it out for you. Why don't you get a boyfriend? He's right now off to find a boyfriend. I just know I win like that. Sounds pretty cool, Yuki. Thanks. Virgo as always, and I hit my controller on the table for a moment. Don't know if you heard it. Virgo as always, the one that was meant to be the main striker in my team. So having the stat boost should help. The downside is that it will break a bit the idea that my team should be mainly defensive. Now the striker will be the most powerful player, but what can you do? In Digimon, there is a girl named Yuki who has an Nympomon. Is she from the Tamers anime? That's the one which has an Nympomon?
実はある人から皆さん宛てに手紙を預かってまして。
手紙？面白そうだな。見せてくれ。
いいじゃない。あんた読み上げてちょうだいよ。
やっほー、卒業生のみんな。宿題やったか？風呂入ったか？歯は磨いたか？風邪ひくなよ。
Also, is that the one on the left, the waitress that he was
大
talking
人になっ
about?
たみんなと直接話すことができなくて、とっても残念だ。この内容、特徴的な大きな字。先生からの手紙だ。
え？本当に先生からなの？
なあ、君。この手紙を渡してきた人は？
面白いおっちゃんでしたよ。
He said Harumi, the waitress, was a stone cold fox back in the day.
姉ちゃんって言ってました。
Oh, keywords are back in the day.
あれ？でも
懐かしいね。昔はまぶいってよく言われたっけね。
先生、今日の同窓会で仲間外れにされるのが嫌で、思わずこっちに来ちゃったのかな。
考えてみれば私たちもう先生の年齢を越しちゃったのね。
でも手紙を読んでたらいろいろと思い出したよ。先生っていつもノリが良くて、生徒にもまるで友達みたいに接してくれてさ。
なあ、運命。もしかして俺たちが会ったおっちゃんって。
The guy you met was maybe
まさか。
a ghost?
冗談はよしえちゃん。
Yeah, he doesn't look old enough to have been the...
よしこちゃんだろ。
Never mind, he is a ghost. She's cool, she did age gracefully. Yeah, green, I've said this enough times this stream, but I also like her hairstyle. And once again, higher than 0 chance that she's a recruitable character. And just around that corner there's another side quest.
ああ、君、この辺りで何枚かくじ引きの券を見なかったかい？
I haven't seen any
路面
raffle
電車でこ
tickets.
こに着いた時にはあったはずなんだが、辺りのお店を見て回っているうちに全部落としてしまったようでね。もし全部集めてくれたら1枚あげるから手伝ってもらえると助かるよ。なんて親切なんだ。さすが南雲原中の生徒さんだな。繁華街の外には行っていないんだが、いろいろな店を回ってしまったからな。見つかりづらかったらごめんよ。
The elusive prize. Oh, they are all within this map, at least.
ええ。
Devoted wife, trained junkie. Kakuma's Mamorendo's old classmate. Yes, he was. If you watch the classic anime, he's the same, that guy with glasses that commented the matches. He's in this game as an adult now. Not this way. Lady from the
そこ
diner.
のくらいあんた食べ盛りだろ。よくできな。大盛りサービスしちゃおう
If you could make multiple customs, would you make your favorite character from Mark?
サービス結構です。
釣れないね。だ
That would be very difficult because you can't give the animal features like the ears and the tail to characters in this game. And that's one of the main things that would set characters from Arcanites apart if you were trying to imitate one in this game. But now that you mention it, I think Arcanites could have a killer like football spin-off. They already have that weird football minigame in the Icebreaker games. Then you just had to make an actual sports like engine. And you already have more than enough characters to fill it. Make one in collaboration with the developers of this game, perhaps.
新施設問題？あれはサッカー部派が優勢だったんだけど事件を起こしてしまったんだよね。直接目撃したわけじゃないけど部員全員で街に繰り出して暴れたって噂だったような。それで結局は野球部派の戦勝という形で野球部棟が建てられることになったんだよ。おう。
あったね。あの時の南雲原町は雰囲気悪かったな。もうどっちが勝ってもいいからとにかく早く終わってって感じだった。
Would be funny, Mizuki on a football team might be an instant buy. With his tentacles, he would be amazing as a goalkeeper.
Haba 派閥構想の最後の方は結構混乱してたね。サッカー部派が優勢で野球部派は焦ってたみたいだよ。と言っても騒いでるのは大人だけで、子供たちはいい迷惑
It
だったん
was
じ
the
ゃない
adults
か
causing
な。
most of the uproar. His ass model is really good. If I stream Arcanites tomorrow and I haven't decided on that yet, I'm running out of time for it, I might try to get that module within the stream. What are IS modules in a way? So modules are kind of like rebalance equipment that get made for characters after they've come out. There are, I think, that you complete a mission to make and use some materials, and they boost a character's stats a bit and they change their passives to add a new effect or strength than they already have. Basically, it's an update to a character. Like, every model is unique to their respective character. And then there are some modules that only take effect when you're playing on IS, that's the roguelike mode.
まさにそれだよ。探してきてくれて本当にありがとう。これはお礼のくじ引き券だ。どうか受け取ってくれ。抽選会はあっちでやっている。俺と一緒に寄っていかないか。この3枚の券で当ててやるぞ。よし、一発目。
Zoom is ticket the only one that's gonna win anything.
次こそいけ。
いいしょ
A 賞 B 賞ときたら次は。
I like the idea of modules, but I feel that a lot of them could do more to improve the characters they are made for. Because there are characters that still feel outdated and underpowered even after you make their modules.
あのおっちゃん感激のあまり固まってる。なあ梅、俺たちも早くくじを引こうぜ。
Oh, we're so gonna win the jackpot.
しい衣装は石鹸か。
チェー B 賞でも当たればよかったけどな。
君 C 賞
He
を当
gets
てた
some
のか
soap.
い？もしよければ俺の A 賞と B 賞と特賞を全部あげるから、その石鹸と交換してくれないか？
いいんですか？特賞が欲しかったんじゃ。
いや、俺が狙っていたのは最初からこれだったんだ。
That soap was my goal from the start.
そうでしたか。ではどうぞ。
Honestly, that's relatable. It's like when you pull on a gacha banner, but not for the featured character, just for another lower tier character that's on the same banner.
実は今日妻の誕生日なんだが、彼女が前から欲しが
And
ってい
then
た
the game
この
gives
石
you
鹸
the
が
higher tier character, which was the one you did not want. Happened to me in Yakanatsu a couple times.
唯一見つけたのがこのくじの景品だったんだよ。さあ A 賞と B 賞と特賞だ。君の学生生活に役立つといいな。
Zealot's Boots, Castella Cushion, Friendship Keychain.
やった
That's so much for just a random side quest.
これで妻も大喜びだぞ。家に帰るのが楽しみだ。
Making his life happy, yeah. Certainly not gloomy anymore.
大切な人が喜ぶものこそが
The
彼にとっての
biggest
宝物だ
jackpot
っ
is
た
the
ん
one
だ。
that makes his beloved smile.
ポエマ
Cute point. What's a greater reward than a smile on your beloved?
俺にできることはみんなのために動くこと。
全員のために動くには何より自分のスタミナが十分でないといけない。それと周りに気を配る目を持つこと。
スタミナと気を配る目か。運命を信じてみるか。
Drag the heavy tires across the sand. And dodge the Omnibus. I'm not sure if you have to press in as quickly as you can or if you have to follow the timing on top of the screen. Because I am pressing the buttons and not feeling like any feedback on how fast Kisoj is moving. I'm doing something wrong. Oh, I have to pick when Dummy Boss shows up. Maybe following his feet, maybe? I'm letting go of the buttons and not feeling any difference on his walking speed. Yeah, I don't think I did that right. So I'm now following the timing on the display over there, the two buttons. And I think that's working now. Before I was just pressing as fast as I could. Just that the controller won't vibrate and there's no sound effect or anything, so you can't, there's no way to know if you're actually doing it right. Like he very slowly starts to walk faster. But if you're only paying attention to the two bottom icons, you won't notice it.
やはりこの一件はサッカー部が起こした5年前の事件に集約される。サッカー部はなぜ町に全員で出向いて喧嘩をしたのか、当時のサッカー部の行動記録があれば詳しい事情がわ
I
か
can
るかも
find
し
the
れない。
activity logs from back then.
もう一度学校で情報を集めてみよう。
So back to the school. I assume there is no more side quests to do. It's two close here and one inside. So I'll just get this one.
行動記録は残してそうだけど、確か資料保管室にあった気がするな。
And I'm taking one more short break now. I wonder if there's not gonna be enough time to play the match against the baseball club now. I mean today. In any case, I'll see you soon. Hi there. That train was Uma Musume coded? It wasn't. Speaking of which, I have to remember to log into my Uma Musume account towards the end of the year to get the free pulls if there's any. And then I leave and don't open the game again until the next time this happens. And yeah, it's gonna be the year of the horse, and the new Divine General totally could be Uma Musume, at least I reference. They are the same, under the same company, so they could do a cute thing by having the same character, like the same horse girl, launch as a new character in both Grand Blue and Uma Musume. I think that will be like a first for gacha games.
"私のお姉ちゃんから聞いたんだけど、サッカー部の事件のせいで南雲原中の評判は地に落ちたの。学校側はサッカー部を廃部にして評判の回復に
Did
躍起
damage
になって
control
た
by
らしいわ。
disbanding the football club. The last time that there was a New Year event in Uma Musume and I bothered to log in was a couple years ago, I think, where I got 2 characters from the banner just on the free posts. It was the New Year version of Satono Diamond and another one whose name I forget now. Don't know if black hair.
「事件当日のことだったかは定かじゃないですが、サッカー部が全員揃って街に出かけていたことがありましたよ。けど5年も前のことですからね。記憶違いだったらすみません。
Congrats, thanks, but I think that by doing that I blew out the luck I had for that game, because Never again I got good pose from the Uma Musume gacha. So that should be the last of the training sessions. After which the story will hopefully move on.
鼓動会くんのスピードはすでに一級品だ。課題はバランス感覚。速く走るだけじゃなくて、ボールと一緒に速くならなきゃ。
バランス感覚を鍛えてボールになれる。頑張れ。
He just needs balance. I have to wait for him to miss and then press B. When the smartphone icon pops up. Ah, he's so dramatic about this. Stop thinking about video games. If I have to do this again with like 6 or so players, it should get a lot more friendly.
来たか、笹波くん。
四川道先輩もここにたどり着いたわけですね。
ああ、そっちは。
僕は過去の学校の聞き込みや SNS の書き込みを遡って当時のサッカー部を調べてみました。先輩が言っていた通り、当時のサッカー部は温厚で喧嘩とは程遠いイメージを持たれていたようです。
だろうな。ここでお互いが知り得た情報の交換といこうか。だが僕たちの行為はこの学園の過去の一部を晒すことになってしまう。
Past disgrace.
これだけの情報の中から目的のものを見つけるのは骨が折れそうですね。
それなら任せてくれ。あった。
何ですか？
That quickly?
これを見てくれ。
これは
伝統的な生徒会の活動記録、何でも議事録だ。生徒会のメンバーが行った生徒会のための行為は、あらゆることを記録することになっている。特に先生から生徒会への指示は一言一句記録する。そういうノートだ。
ということは、生徒会が何か絡んでいるんですか？
生徒会は問題の事件の日、サッカー部を呼び出しているんだ。
Of
サ
course,
ッカー部からは部費
got
のア
out
ッ
the
プを
mission
申
into
請
the
されていたら
photo.
しく、その件についての結果報告とのことだった。
You mean the mission if you're describing Shisendo?
ただ、この部分を見てくれ。サッカー部部長に部費のアップはできない旨を伝える。 ただし新しいユニフォームが作れることになったので、サッカー部全員で繁華街のスポーツ店に採寸に行くようにと指示。
ユニフォームですか。
おかしいと思わないか。シーズンの始まりでもないこの時期に
Oh,
ユニフォームの
investigative
新
villains.
規購入が許可されるわけがない。部費も切り詰めなければならない部が全員のユニフォームを一気に新調するなんてありえるだろうか。
確かにそうですね。つまりサッカー部はユニフォーム採寸のために
Good point. I think there wasn't a single season of this anime where
その日何があった
where there wasn't an antagonist that was part of the school stuff.
その日の出来事を調べることができれば。
Always somebody trying to shut down the football club.
あれ、この事件があった通りって喫茶タンクの前じゃないですか。
あ、
うんめい。なんかその面白そうなこと。
Hey, we're trying to be subtle about this.
喫茶タンクのマスター、みどりさんなら何か知っているかもしれない。
Something about fish, sure, and I think I didn't catch it on the dialogue. I'm wondering what the cafe owner could know about this. Manga club member.
漫画好き？いや、漫画が嫌いなわけないよな。漫画に新鮮な感想を送れよ。ちなみに
Oh, he's a mangaka. Or trying to use football to take over the world. That too, I wonder when someone in this story is gonna try to do that.
次回作も店に来るからな。
なんとかやり過ごせたか。
And we're off to the cafe again. Now, these two buildings in the minimap kinda look like an exclamation point, so for a second I thought there was a side quest over there. A young man with a dark expression shows up at the seaside park sometimes. Or so the... Oh, he's a cat whispering man. So it's not only Ume who talks to animals.
5年前の事件。ああ、南雲原サッカー部の生徒が喧嘩かなんかで補導された事件だね。
どんな様子でしたか？
そこの窓から見てた感じ、なんか喧嘩になってもおかしくない雰囲気だったよ。
喧嘩になってもおかしくない。喧嘩していたんじゃないんですか？
そんな感じの雰囲気ではあったけど、その前に警察が来てね。
喧嘩の前に止められた？それなのにここまでの大問題になっているんですか？
確かにそういやそうだよね。
毎日のように喧嘩をしても元気に学校に通っている生徒もいるというのに。
His student I know picks fights every day and goes about their school days without issue. Sakurazaki is like a killer staring to him now.
おい、今はやってねって。
I don't do that anymore. You did that about you like a couple days ago.
キャプテンのマチ君なんかは人一倍いい子で絶対に喧嘩なんかする子じゃないんだけど。
知ってるんですか？
ああ、 この店にも当時ちょくちょく来てくれてたからね。
そのマチさんは今どこにいるかわかりませんか？
あれ以来話してはいないんだけど、海公園で何度か見か
He
けた
said
ね。
back, probably the same guy that that in his outside was talking about.
じゃあ海公園に行けば会えるかもしれないんですね。
そうだね、会えるかもしれないね。でも昔のような元気な感じじゃなくて、人生に疲れてるって感じだったよ。やっぱあの事件が原因かね。
ささらみくん。
運命。
はい、行ってみましょう。みどりさんは海公園でマチさんをよく見かけると言っていた。探しに行ってみるか。
The Seaside Park.
マチさんの人相は温厚な雰囲気のメガネの人って言ってたけど、
I wonder what the big twist is coming because we've been stuck in this plotline for so long now. It's the guy from the that I did that minigame with before.
あなたが南雲原中元サッカー部キャプテンマチさんだったんですね。
え、君はこの間の。
笹波運命と言います。僕たちは南雲原中にサッカー部を復活させようとしています。教えてもらえませんか？5年前に何があったのか。
南雲原中でサッカーができなくなったあの事件。なんであんなことをしたんだろうって。
何があったんですか？
全員のユニフォームを新調していいことになってね。
Looks like a side character from a Digimon
繁華
anime.
街の指定のスポーツ店に向かっ
He
たんだ。
doesn't, I think it's because of the cap. He looks like he could be a main character in a PlayStation 1 Digimon game.
ああ、うちは試合用と練習用が別にあるほど部品が多くはなかったから、練習で毎日のように使ってかなり汚れちゃってた。だからみんな喜んだんだ。でもその途中、絶対に会いたくない奴らに出会った。
Oh, that's the thing. We also haven't gotten an uniform for the club yet.
ああ、確かに相手は他校の生徒だったが、黒幕がいたんだ。
タンブラーズ。
この辺で悪名高い半グレ集団だ。金をもらえばどんな汚いこともやるらしい。
俺たちはあの頃、そいつらになぜか目をつけられていたんだ。あの日もまた。
だったらなおさら、なんで喧嘩なんか。
いや、喧嘩なんかしていないよ。俺たちはただ。
なるほど。つながってきましたね。こんなに恐ろしい真相が裏にあったなんて。じゃあタンブラーズに会いに行ってみますか。
は？嘘だよな。やばい奴らだぞ。
大丈夫です。いざとなれば警察を呼びます。
If things go wrong, I'll call the
いやい
cops.
やいや、それまた大いになんか違う気がするぞ。
ささなみくん、会うったって彼らは
But you'd say you're gonna challenge them to a rock paper scissors match.
おびき出せばいいんですよ。
え？
よし、準備完了だ。これできっと奴らは乗ってくるはず。先に造船所に移動しておこう。
We're gonna catch criminals as part of from your football club. No student have stepped on the fountain there. Imagine when the baseball club finds out about the lengths we're going through to prepare for that match. Hey, match that's probably not gonna last like 5 minutes. Hey, that's a cool car you have. Little brother to Nagumohara is obsessed with the student council press, so it's the stalker from that side quest in the beginning. And there's side quests, but if how little time is left, maybe I should focus on seeing more of the main story. But again, I'm afraid the side quests will disappear if you neglect them. I still have to pass through the port. Well, I could at least take the side quest if I don't clear it yet. Inazuma.
地元の学生さんかな。僕観光系イナチューバーをやってるんだけど、地元の人におすすめの観光スポットを聞いて一緒に回るのがチャンネルの売りでね。はあ、南雲原ってすごくいいところだよね。今度動画で南雲原を紹介したいと思ってるんだけど、
I felt a lot of spite in that site that Tomei gave. Wonderworlds to do side quests before the main story. Yes, I found that out the hard way in Time Stranger.
南雲原のことを間違って伝えられても困りますし。
おー、ありがとう。で、動画映えする感じのね。
わかりました。まずは海公園に行きますね。
But until now, at least I don't think the side quest gave me anything like that's like unmissable, like the anomaly points were in Digimon. And I was talking about getting more of the main story done because now I'm really thinking that that I'll be streaming Arknights instead of this tomorrow. Because I talked a lot about that game today, and it would feel wrong to not play it to end the year. Wait a second, that guy was I thought that guy was some homeless person. Nope, she's just a YouTuber.
何年か前に2頭のイルカが漂着してそれがモデルになった像か。この2頭が恋人
And yes, they also up with level curve, although if the match difficulty in this story mode is anything like so look at Kisori and Sakurazaki just ruining the fountain over there. If the match difficulty is just like in the other modes, then like being under level really shouldn't be a concern here.
なるほど。それでは学校通りに行きますね。
Both are usually unemployed, also true. And during that, I can pick up another side quest.
おい、お前、三つ星エリートの俺が困っているぞ。お前、三つ星バッジって知ってるか？
A magic badge that grants you all kinds of privileges.
魔法のバッジなんだ。三つ星エリートしか持っちゃいけないんだぞ。
そのバッジがどうかしたの？
実は遊んでる時になくしちゃって、母ちゃん、ママにバレる前に見つけたいんだ。
正直に謝った方がママも許してくれるんじゃないかな。
うるさいな。三つ星エリートの言うことが聞けないのか。何としても探せ。俺は三つ星エリートだぞ。
どうやら何か事情がありそうだな。ひとまずバッジを探してみようか。分かったよ。それでなくした場所に心当たりはあるの？
その日は商店街のアーケードと港の工場の方と、あと中学校に行く途中の公園に行ったんだ。
じゃあその辺りを探してみるね。
いいか、絶対見つけるんだぞ。
Not right now. I've pet that cat already. I thought that icon was only for like new cats.
ねえねえ、ささなみくん、 SNS にとびっきり可愛いライカちゃんの写真が上がってるの。
Mome is very patient. In this game, you really have to be.
パフェを私も食べたいんだけど、どこにあるか知らない？
Like, imagine if he was complaining about how long the story is taking to get to the real football matches.
それはダメ。恥ずかしくなっちゃう。
I only support my idols from the
推し
shadows.
には認知されない範囲で楽しみたいの。私の推し活はそういう流儀だから。ねね。
Right, the exact perfect Shinohara had in a photo she saw.
わかりました。調べてきましょう。
ありがとう。じゃあライカちゃんの写真共有しておくね。
Right, pays off to take multiple side quests at once because their locations do intersect.
もしや私を捕まえようと？そうはさせませんわ。つまらない人。
まるでバトルしたみたいじゃないか。
あら、追っ手じゃございませんの？それは失礼しましたわ。
I was just thinking the kid was being rude and Domain's first thought was something must be wrong instead of being upset.
もしかして
Also, there is one more side quest.
私、人に飼われていることに疑問を感じていますのよ。もう戻るつもりはございませんわ。
And yeah, that's like the right reaction should have.
じゃあどうするつもり？
私、この町を出ることにしましたの。あなた、電車に乗れるところまで案内してくださる？
なんで僕が？
この町は私の縄張りですのよ。頼みも聞かずに素通りだなんて許すと思いまして？可愛いお顔に引っかき傷なんてつけられたくは
Won't
ござ
want
いま
those
せんで
darling
しょ？
cheeks of you. We decorated with claw
飼い
marks.
主にそっくりだな。仕方ない。連れて行くよ。
よろしくお願いしますわ。
May would make a good coach for young sports, I think. He would, and in this game, he will be the coach for this high school club. Which I'm still wondering how they will deal with it, because he's obviously too young to normally be one. And I think that the last marker is the one that's related to the side quests I'm actually currently focused on.
街の中でもちょこちょこ見かけたけど、海坊主は南雲原のお地蔵さんみたいな感じなんだね。夜に見たら怖そう。あ、海坊主に全部触るまで帰れまてんをお盆に企画してもいいかもな。
Touch every boss or die trying.
でも、もうちょっと南雲原に来ましたっていうのがわかる場所にも行ってみたいな。
それなら港に行ってみましょうか。
Do I have to go out from this passage or does anyone work? Nope, it can be anyone. And are all these other markers more side quests or are they just the ones I just took? If it's the former thing, we still have a lot to do before continuing the main story.
確かに南雲原って書かれてるけど、南雲原に来たのが分かりやすい場所っていうのはそういうことじゃなくて。
待ってください。ちょっとここから見てもらえませんか？
え？
夜にここから撮ると海に文字が浮かんでるように見えませんか？
Oh, nice.
これめちゃくちゃ動画映え
That's
するし、
thumbnail
確
gold
実
right
に
there.
サムネイル候補だよ。知る人ぞ知るって感じだし、バズりそうな気配がムンムンする。
よかったです。
なあ君、連れて行ってくれた場所もここも素敵だったし、何よりバズりそうな目の付けどころが素晴ら
Yeah,
しいよ。
got a real eye for vital
なん
spots.
なら僕のイナチューブの企画担当もやってみないかい？プラチナイナチューバーを目指して今スタッフを増やしてるところで。
残念ですが、あなたはプラ
I
チナイ
don't
ナチュー
think
バーに
you
はなれ
have
ませ
what
ん
it
よ。
takes to go platinum.
南雲原に来たばかりの僕に助けられているようでは、ゴール
Yeah,
ド
that
止まりではない
reminds me
で
of
す
the
かね。
Koro Koro series Black Channel. I haven't heard of that one, but
僕はここ2年ゴールドを抜けられていない。
Koro Koro does have a relationship with that series. I think they published it in manga.
ゴールドの殻を破れない理由は常に
And in the older games, there was one Hisatsu that references the Koro Koro mascot, that Black Dragon.
僕は他力本願のゴミクズだというのか。
そこまで言ってま
You
す。
say I ain't no talent, Cloud
わかっ
Chaser.
た。初心に帰ってイナチューバーとしての自分を見つめ直してみるよ。
Like, if you know a move called Dragon Crash in Inazuma 11, there was a parody of that move. Does the same thing, but instead of that blue dragon, it's the Koro Koro dragon. Actually, don't know if it's in this game. Now we are doing Josephine's quest.
"いよいよこの町ともお別れですわね。思えばいろいろなことがありましたわ。ですが高貴な私にはこの町は狭すぎます。今こそグローバルな猫として旅立つのですわ。
電車はこの奥だよ。
あら、そうでしたわね。では、
Really testing you.
ジョセフィーヌちゃん。こんなところにいたの？ジョセフィーヌちゃんったら
I thought about that for a second, but she's just gonna leave her owner behind.
このままだと連れ戻されてしまいます
Also,
わ。
what we were actually doing was we were helping a disappear a cat from her owner.
いざ旅立ちの時ですわ。さらば我が愛する南雲原。どこに行くの、ジョセフィーヌちゃん。今夜はあなたの
Your favorite succulent bone in ribeye.
ですわよ。付け合わせに本マグロの
A serving of buttery bluefin tuna on the side. Yeah, she's not leaving.
食後のおやつはリッチでドロッとしたチューブのおやつですわよ。今日はまだその時ではないようですから、戻ってあげるとしますわ。
やれやれ、人騒がせな猫だったな。
What a handful that cat turned out to be. Feeding your pet cat expensive stuff, it's a very common indulgence between rich people. Like, and I will be ending the stream now, but I have to look up some stuff first this time. Also, I have decided I will indeed be streaming the new roguelike mode in Arknights tomorrow, the whole stream. Today I was hoping to get to the football match with the baseball club, but with how much stuff is in the way and how many side quests I still have to do, seems like there is no point in rushing it before I take a break for 1 week. And you'll know that like people will spend so much money with buying pink clothes or decorations for their pets, and their pet can't even see color properly. It's just a indulgence by part of the owner. I talked about that Hisatsu that references Koro Koro and trying to find it, no? Cats prefer cardboards anyway, that's true. Here it is. If you Google like Inazuma 11 Baby Dragon, you'll find it, and you should be able to find an animation of it. It's a Shoot Hisatsu that makes the Koro Koro Dragon show up. Also, something else I wanted to talk about, but I have to see if I can make it show up on the screen. I paste this here and make it appear. Here, I should have mentioned this a long time ago, but I have a Blue Sky account. As of now, I only link my Twitter and my YouTube on my channel's description. I have to change it to include my Blue Sky. I'm not really active in it yet. I've been just like posting some of my clips sporadically, and they haven't seen much success, so basically it's just like Twitter. Neither of them have been good for promoting the channel. But in case you use that social network and want to follow me there, that's my handle up there. I want to at least post some of the more important announcements there, in case you don't use Twitter but you want to follow me somewhere. And that aside, yeah. So tomorrow will be a full Arc Night stream, and will be my final stream of the year. After that, I'm skipping the last week of December, and I'll be back to stream after that. I'll reiterate this tomorrow and have a proper like announcement to make on my social media. In any case, that's it for today. I'll look for somebody to raid, but probably not somebody who's playing Victory Road, because this game is really not very popular among English-speaking streamers. Like, I checked the category yesterday, and out of a couple dozen people that were streaming it, only like one was an English streamer. with that in mind, guess I'll be raiding somebody who's playing Digimon again. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and I hope to see you tomorrow, which will be my last stream of 2025. And have a good night.